Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Meth End of Town with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. So yeah, what's going on? Tomorrow, my roommate can't come in for the interview tomorrow due to work, but she will be in the future. So it's going to be a pretty free and easy show tomorrow. There's going to be no real theme. I'm going to play a bunch of tunes I like. Yeah, that's about it. Warehouse of Strangers Radio 92.7 CFFF Trent Radio FM in Peterborough, Ontario. I'm your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. Oh yeah. So it's been a productive day on the artistic sense of things. I've been cramming my station full of videos as usual. This being one of them. I did a weird harmonica experiment that I kind of, I'm happy how it turned out. I wrote a little misanthropic folk song. I did a song I wrote in 1993, and I wrote the music for it and I arranged it and switched around the words a bit so it fit into a song. But the words were written by a political prisoner, this fellow Thomas Manning, who at the time was in U.S. State Penitentiary in Marion, Illinois, which is a notoriously horrifyingly bad prison, I'm not sure on its status right now. And I know that he is still incarcerated. He shot a policeman in self-defense, getting a life sentence, of course. And he'll be incarcerated till he's dead. And he's in the hospital right now. He's not in a good way. I know that much about him. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but we used to write to each other quite a lot. And he'd send me poems for a fanzine I did of prisoner poetry called The Cockroach. I've talked about. I used to get poems from prisoners and put them into a little magazine type thing and send them back into the prison system to the people who wrote the poems, and got around that way. It was cool. I just couldn't afford doing it, and it was just overwhelming because I didn't have any resources and I was on welfare and blah 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 blah, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, I recorded that song first. My first recording I ever did of my songs. This tape I did in 1994 called Dog Derby. And I wrote that song a year before in 93. I kind of played it on the street. It was one of my busking songs, for a long time. And, but yeah, I re-recorded it for the first time, and I think I did a practice version of it, some old YouTube tape, but and I played it from time to time live, but excuse me, the weather is gross here. But yeah, so the important part of that song isn't so much maybe the artistic merit of it. I think it turned out well. Is it the best song ever written? Probably not, but it's an important song to me because it's very real. It's a poem written about yard time in the prison when you have a life sentence, and the emotional struggles you go through and what you remember of your time in the free world and such and so forth. look up Thomas Manning. Interesting fellow. I won't go on about him here, but interesting fellow. Look him up. He's look upable. You know what I mean? What else? I thought I had something else to tell you. Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah, free and easy radio show tomorrow. Well, free and easy for a crazy punk rock radio show. And no theme to the radio show. And I put up lots of videos today. And like I said, Mirkwood Recordings wants me to do 2 or 3 albums this year of stuff. So it's kind of got my wheels cooking on what to do. So things are looking good for Dirty Pat Walsh songs. Let's just say that. Things are looking up in my artistic world. And yeah, and the Bone Daddy and my split EP should be out any minute now. I know Kurt's been busy with the Surrounded by Mice reunion and stuff. They're a band you should check out, definitely. Check out Mirkwood Recordings. Just Google it. So much free downloadable music, you know. It's all good. But Surrounded by Mice, phenomenal. If you like that kind of late 80s, early 90s American post-punk, like not Green Day, but like going the other way kind of sound, you know, more artsy hardcore. I don't know how to put it. But it's great. They're a fucking great band, you know, and definitely check them out. I'll probably be playing them on tomorrow on the radio show. But until then, until we meet again in the Meth End of Town, I hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Be well, stay free, take care.